Brand new DLC number 3 for The Witcher 3. Stay tuned for all the info. What's up guys, I'm Franky Boy on this channel covering everything regarding The Witcher 3 because it's my favorite game. And when I heard of this, I thought like, yeah, that's my dream coming true. Over on my German channel, 8 days ago I just made a video that I was stating in like, if you prepared a Witcher DLC, I would buy it, for sure. And anybody else who loves The Witcher 3 as much as I do would do the same because they just hit 60 million copies sold. And now imagine just 10% getting that. That's already a huge hit for the whole gaming industry. Like, you can be happy if you sell like 5 to 10 million copies of your game, and that would be like then just done with one expansion. Now, what is the source? I will here now use the Insider Gaming because they cover all the leaks that I do for Assassin's Creed that I cover as well. And I think, yeah, they just do proper articles. So, Witcher 3 is rumored to be brand new DLC'd in 2026, it is claimed at least. And yeah, the source is the podcasters from Poland, Rock and Boris. And yeah, I mean, it's great. They are from Poland, CDPR's from Poland. They likely have some friends inside of CD Projekt Red. Makes sense, right? So they are saying there is a major DLC expansion planned for The Witcher 3. A third one, which is just awesome. Because now imagine the game just getting further content after a decade. That's insane. Now we can quote them here. From the information we have collected, it turns out that the announced mysterious project by CDPR, made by Fool's Theory, which is an external studio, is a story DLC for The Witcher 3. So yeah, the mysterious project, there is yet another mysterious project or projects. There is a Cyberpunk DLC rumored as well, but a Witcher one would make so much sense, and I will give you my theory on the potential content of it at the end of the video. Now we will cover the leak more. So yeah, this Fool's Theory is an external studio. Why is that so important? CDPR is right now busy with developing Witcher 4 and Cyberpunk 2. Nothing else should be the top priority for them. So they decided to get some guns for hire and let them do the job. Why is that a smart decision? I mean, yeah, obviously you have to pay a little bit extra because it's not your own employees developing it, but you're sourcing out risk and you're sourcing in the reward. Kind of a nice thingy because The Witcher 3 is already developed. The game is not bug-free, but it's in a very, very good state, and they don't have to develop any new potential systems or so. I think everybody would be just happy with more content, right? So what they are supposed to do is like use the Red Kit to create some new stuff, maybe create some new assets. Yeah, that would be a thing. I would love that, but potentially they could just create some more villages and let the community enjoy that, and I would be willing to pay money for that, for sure. Because it's my favorite game and I will just love more of The Witcher 3 anyways. It's a smart decision to do so. It's super smart to let an external studio do the job for you. Now, this goes on. What we know is that the DLC is for Witcher 3. So, already heard that. Based on the piece of information, I can't confirm it any further, but the earliest release, it could be in the future year. So 2026 or maybe 2027. But yeah, that's a great thing. I mean, The Witcher 4 is rumored for 2027, 2028 or 9, and this could be the perfect gap closer for it. So they are stating a little bit more. We also know more or less the order of the releases. First, mods for consoles. I already told you guys mods are coming with the final big update for The Witcher 3, but yeah, maybe it's not the final big update or it's the final big update for The Witcher 3 base game, and then there's a final DLC for The Witcher 3, and then there's a final update for the DLC of The Witcher 3. Makes sense, right? So they can also like find a solution for the communication and be very precise on what they said. Mods for console are coming great, already covered that in the last video. Then we will have the DLC for The Witcher 3, bridging the gap to, you name it, The Witcher 4, and then we will get the remake of The Witcher 1. What's going on with that one? Everybody thought like maybe this is cancelled. Molasses Flood was bought by CDPR. It went into CDPR, but then they let some people go. We don't know what is really going on inside of them. But we get a glimpse and we get some breadcrumbs that we can now follow to get like a little bit of a thought to think about that. Now, my theory for the DLC, we now know, yeah, it's likely coming. The sources are from Poland. They get independent, different sources. So this is pretty huge and important, right? Not one single source, just one guy saying, yeah, we're doing the Witcher 3 DLC, buy our stonks. So it's several ones. So maybe you can imagine this too. And I'm super curious about your theories on the potential third DLC for The Witcher 3, because my idea is that this is a gap closer in many ways, not only getting the hype up for The Witcher 3 again and everybody like, yeah, I want that Witcher game, but as well bridging story gaps. We now know Ciri becomes a Witcher is the lore ending for The Witcher 3. So this is the ending that is supposed to be used for creating The Witcher 4. It does not make sense that Ciri would be a Witcher otherwise. I mean, obvious, right? So we know that. My guess is that this DLC will not be like Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, just an additional story, but it will be an expansion of the main game story. That's my guess only, right? Only my guess. Don't take it as granted or said, etc. It's not leaked as well. So in my opinion, we will then play Geralt, maybe moves to some new regions where Ciri will be playing in Witcher 4. Obviously, there's some new regions, some new villages, etc. As Geralt, we will take Ciri with us and will then like create first story moments where they act together as two Witchers. Geralt at some point will also like slay awesome monsters with Ciri together. She will be riding with him. Maybe we'll find out something about this horse, how she gets it. And at some point, that's just my prediction, right? We get like the ending where Geralt gets a hut, but he's not surrounded by monsters, but he's surrounded by love, and maybe Ciri passing by then or for a day or two per year, maybe getting some advice or so. So we will then maybe already, and this is a pretty wild guess, switch to Ciri in the last part of the gameplay, adapted Ciri gameplay, not the usual Witcher 3 Ciri gameplay, and get a first glimpse on what she could do in The Witcher 4. We'll then like close the DLC off, maybe as Ciri. Geralt will be in his hut or so, still be there and still be a person we can meet in The Witcher 4, like that will be explained through that as well. And then we have like the very cut, and with Witcher 4 we will start at the same position. That's my wild guess. I think this would be like creating some more hype and anticipation. Also like making sure that Geralt will be in there because people love Geralt. They want to see him in that future Witcher game as well. It will then be like obvious, like you're starting from the very moment where you finished that Witcher 3 DLC. Yet another wild guess, maybe make this DLC for free for everybody who pre-orders Witcher 4 and owns The Witcher 3 as well, of course. That would be huge. And I would buy it myself anyway, but I think it's just such a great idea to use this as a gap closer in terms of hype and anticipation, but in terms of story as well. And glue everything together, not have like several years passing by, but maybe we'll have some cutscenes in Witcher 3 already showing how Ciri becomes that awesome Witcher that she is in this footage right here, right? So I am super curious on your thoughts on The Witcher 3 last DLC. Will it come? I think the sources are pretty clear about that. When will it come? Maybe next year, maybe in a year or two. And third thing, you can comment below. Do you have like any story take? Do you think like of anything that will happen? I think it would just make sense to bridge that gap, right? I'm curious about your thoughts. Stay tuned on this channel for all the Witcher 3 info. I'm covering this game because I love it to death. Yeah, I'm a fanboy, I have to admit that. So maybe I will be a little bit more nice to everything CDPR releases regarding the Witcher 3, and I will maybe hype it anyways, but yeah, stay tuned for the hype train in this video. With the last update, I showed you all that video that is a recommendation by YouTube for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will speak to you in the next video about The Witcher 3, and have a great day, weekend, or whatever, and I will speak to you. Goodbye bye.